BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top trade. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Good morning, everybody. Let's have a look at Wrecked City. So, just to put it out there, I've just topped up a little bit more on the dollar cost average. This is the first one I've done in a couple of weeks now. It's an incremental step, and this time we've actually hit the 200 simple and exponential on Bitcoin's daily. So that is a golden cross retest, whether you like it or lump it. We've not had one of these on the simple moving averages since the golden cross was created down here when the price action is in the 20s. So it's worth a shot as far as I'm concerned. It's not a massive spot position, it's not a futures position, it's nothing like that, but and it's not even a Bitcoin position. I've bought some altcoins based on Bitcoin's chart. That's all I've done. Now, other than the fact that we've hit this area, and again, we have hit it and we're sort of having a response to it. This is the first major drive of bullish divergence we've got on the daily, which is nice. It's definitely nice to see, because before we hadn't seen anything like that. We've also got it on the money flow index as well. So again, you know, it's another one of those, is this the low? Is it the low? Because if it's not the low, yeah, we could sink further down, and we could even come down into 52,000. Yeah, pretty easily, to be honest with you. That 52,000 is more or less backed up with the 50 exponential on the weekly as well. But there is also a temporary pit stop as well. We've got the bottom of the Bollinger Band itself on the weekly here, with the baseline basically of the Ichimoku cloud, and it's all coming in around 56,400. So it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, it's just going to keep coming down until it stops. You know, that's a sharp projection we had this week on the 10 exponential moving average on the weekly. So, I mean, it's pretty nasty rejection. And closing below this 21 exponential this week will not look good for it either. But at least there's some signs on the daily that we might be maybe having a bounce on this one. But recognizing that the trend is nothing more than a downtrend, death cross all the way down. And you know, golden cross offers a bounce. That's basically the deal here. But you know, losing this area, 52,000, it would be a significant low. But 56 is also an area that we've established. Let's have a think about the Dixie then. So the Dixie's moved down into its golden cross moving average, the 200 simple moving average, without any bullish divergence on this 4 hourly. So it's just a support really. We've lost this horizontal over here, and again below a Bollinger Band as well, which does look like it wants to keep moving down. So evidence to suggest that Dixie wants to keep going down, so the dollar moving down. Interesting, very interesting. Let's have a look at the total 2. Total 2 losing its 200 exponential moving average. A bit of a problem for it there. And let's have a look at the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now this is the one that's, I suppose, going to be the most interesting of all. Because if we lose this area, we get a nice rally on alts. Not an alt season. It's a dead cat bounce, but it will be a decent one. Maybe 20, 30, 40, 50% on altcoins. That requires a closure below this 21 exponential. And you think that at this stage in the market right now, you know, with what's happening every other day with altcoins moving down, you know, basically constant sustained, pullbacks really, consolidation, just continuing further and further and further and further down. You might look at this and go, well, that's impossible. But it's not. Golden crosses invite retests, and over the last over the last month or so, we've hit this, and we've only created lower highs on candle bodies. So there is a chance that we break down from it. Let's have a look at the momentum consolidating. So I think it's reasonable to assume that we do break this area and come back down, and then from there we bounce back up. So it's not black and white. I have to say, it's definitely not black and white. Remember when I was saying don't get used to high prices when Bitcoin and altcoins are all trading up, constantly further and further and further. People always wanting to buy higher. It's such a common thing. If you tune into my Patreon, or whatever, it's very common that these parabolic charts will be there, and then someone will ask, where can I buy it? And I'm like, well, the time to buy it has finished. It's gone parabolic. You have to leave it alone, really, and it's just a matter of you working out where to sell it from. At this point now, it's getting towards it's almost the opposite, right? So nobody wants to buy. Everybody's afraid of it. The Bitcoin itself, people are afraid of that. Altcoins, people are afraid of those. Nobody wants to buy them because it just keeps going down and down and down and down. You're getting used to a trend. You're getting complacent with the fact that a trend is just going to go down and it will not ever reverse again. It's the opposite of when people FOMO. This is the opposite of FOMO. So the opposite of FOMO is for as far as I am concerned, opportunity. And I keep presenting this chart to everybody because I believe it to be the most important thing for you to recognize as to what's going to happen. We've gone up as we went up here. Obviously the black swan occurred, but if you can just imagine this continuing up. We're consolidating as we consolidated here, and then we went up and finished with a new all-time high. So this, again, this is the time to think about buying. It's the opposite of FOMO. I don't know what the opportunity, I don't know what you could call it other than dollar cost average. It's the opposite of FOMO. When you FOMO, you put your balls on the train track, right? You are basically saying, I don't care about the risk. I want immediate gratification for probably a relatively small reward and an enormous risk because the whole thing can come down dramatically. What I'm saying here is what you do is you buy the red, buy the blood, and you won't get immediate gratification, but you'll be buying lower and lower and lower until it turns around, and then there's no need to FOMO because nobody's going to buy here. Nobody's going to want to buy here. Nobody's want to buy this accumulation range at all. You see it on all the social media. Nobody wants to buy it. It's only a 22% range on the total too. That's nothing. This is a bullish chart. Look, it's a massively bullish chart. Golden crosses on weeklies, on simples and exponentials, continuously moving up. We're consolidating, and we're, in my opinion, accumulating within this nice little range here. You buy this area. Just bloody buy the area, because that's where we'll end up, something like this, as far as time and projection is concerned. Anyway, I can't keep saying the same thing over and over again. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. There's nothing much more to say. Golden cross retest as of today. There is a chance of a V-shaped recovery. I think it's unlikely, but we have bullish divergence, money flow index, RSI, and a golden cross retest. So if you're going to bounce from anywhere based on the daily, it would be here, and that bounce, arguably could take you up into the lower to mid 60s. That's all there is to say about it. Nothing much more than that. But if it fails from here, it goes down. 52,000, probably a significant low, but in between all of that area, about 56,500 thereabouts, 56,200. Right, simple. Right, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the matter. Remember, we're looking at this from a weekly perspective. Right, we're looking at this in terms of really decent short-term investment portfolio, and growing that into several $100%. Someone was mentioning on the Telegram just before I go that dollar cost average is painful, and that their portfolio is down. Well, it will go down. That's how it works. My portfolio, I suppose, hard to really work it out, but on the time I got that message, my portfolio was down about 10%. Because remember, I've been in a very large cash position since, well, I suppose mostly since December, but certainly from around April. And I've been only just really buying about a month ago. The first dollar cost average I put in was about 7% of that huge cash position. I was like 70% in cash, so small amounts going in on the first one. So that obviously was my first opportunity, went down. Then another 15% down on price action. I bought a little bit more, again only small increments on the way down. And then today, this is the third one that I put through because Bitcoin hit that 200 exponential on the daily, so there's a chance of a bottom. So I put another one in. So basically my portfolio overall, since buying about 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, starting to buy, is down about 10% really. That's not much, is it? 10%. Because what's the goal? Several $100%. Right? We just got to ride this summer out, take advantage of the lower prices, incremental buys, making educated guesses that market could reverse, but completely accept that it cannot reverse just because I've bought something, and then sail it up several $100%. The risk over reward is so acceptable. Like I say, 10% down is nothing. several 100% up is the goal, that is, well, I mean, that's the crypto dream. That is the dream. There's really nothing to complain about. That is how it works. You can't just accept. You can't just assume that you buy and once you've bought, everything goes green. That's just completely unrealistic. Nobody has that expectation as an investor. Nobody. So to recognise it for what it is, the reward over the risk is incredible, and that's why I have had this plan since December, and now I am fulfilling the plan. The plan was trade, sell around December, buy the dip, sell the rip after December, be very cautious with trades because we could find a top at any point, and then the summer consolidation will kick in, then we'll buy all the altcoins back, plus some, with all that money that we've made, and then just sail it up, because this is the easiest trades. These are the easiest trades. These are the trades, the chilled out, low risk trades. And the fact that nobody sort of agrees with that normally tells me that this is right. This is right. If you fast forward 6 to 12 months from now, everybody's going to be wanting to buy when Bitcoin's up here, and the total 2 is up here, and I'll be getting DMs every single hour saying, where can I buy? Should I remortgage my house? No. You should have bought in this period, as I've been saying, since December, reiterated throughout the spring, that the consolidation is going to kick in throughout the summer, and that as the summer gets towards the end, we will reverse. And only in the summer will you get a chance to buy at these low prices, because once the summer is done, low prices, you won't see them again. Right, that's it then. I'll leave it with you there. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.